Good morning, everybody. It's Coach Chris here. We are going to combine today some functional movement with some yoga with a swim drill. So we're going to be able to do all three at once because there's actually a lot of overlapping between the different genres of exercise. You just need to know how to look for them. So as somebody who, a lot of you guys know if you follow me, I learned to swim as an adult when I decided to get into triathlon. And when I talk to people who got into triathlon and maybe really learned to swim as an adult, that a couple of things that they really need to work on. One is making themselves more streamlined. So they are working, so they don't have to work as hard to glide through the water. Working on not letting their arms drop, not letting their legs drop, and just staying smooth. The second thing, one of the second things they tend to do a lot is they lift, and I do this as well, lifting your head too much when you turn to breathe. And then the third is, that's two, three. The third thing is that I find a lot of people who learn to swim as adults don't like to bilateral breathe. They only breathe on one side. So this exercise is going to combine all three things at once, and we can do it on dry land. I know a lot of us right now are either not getting to the pool at all or getting to the pool with very limited time. I know schedules are hard, signing up for things are filling up, make the whole reservation system. So this is something, I totally believe that when you have a drill or a muscle imbalance correction to make, or you need to retrain your body to move a certain way, that sometimes one of the best things you can do is take it away from where you usually do it and practice it solo somewhere so you can retrain your muscles without all the extra stuff. So learning how to bilateral breathe and turn your head in both directions without worrying about what your legs are doing kicking and what your arms are doing, and if you're going to make it across the pool, especially if you're a new swimmer, because if you're a new swimmer, sometimes just getting to the end of the pool is something that you hope for. So we're going to take it out of the water and we're going to practice it on dry land. So it starts with, and I should say that I got this idea originally from watching the Prehab guys. If you don't follow them on Instagram, you should. They have great exercises they do. They do a lot of strengthening things before they get to be injuries. So to help you keep you healthy and injury prevention, that's what I'm trying to say. So this is actually inspired by an exercise I saw them do the other day. I was like, I've never thought of that. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a bird dog, just a nice basic bird dog. So if you're not familiar with bird dog, you send one leg behind. See if I can make sure I do this the right way. Send one leg behind. So I'm going to send my left leg back. And then I'm going to send my right arm forward. So what I want to think about with your bird dog is really lengthening. Think about going across the pool and lengthening and reaching through your arms. You're going to feel your shoulder really reach. It's not kind of back in your in like your shoulder pocket, but you're really reaching, and you're really reaching your leg back, keeping your hips pretty square and keeping your core in. And you're just going to look straight down, just like you'd be looking down at that black line in the pool. And then all I want you to do is slightly turn your head to the left. Doesn't need to be a big movement, because I want you to remember that in the pool, when you would turn to breathe, that I know if I just turn my head this much, I'm not really clearing the quote unquote water. All right, but hopefully when you're swimming, your body, when you turn to breathe, would be rotating as well. So just a little bit of a movement, and then bring it back in and set your tabletop. And then we're going to do the other side. So your right leg, I'm taking a cat toy, let me get that out of the way. So your right leg goes back, left fingers go forward, get that nice straight line, and then turn your head to the right without lifting up, without, tucking your chin, just turn. Think about ear towards the water. Look back at the water and then reset. And then you start to make it a little bit smoother. And then the third part is to add in the breathing. So I want you to remember, we're going to make this as realistic as possible. So breathing, if you practice bird dog as part of your yoga practice, and you used Ujjayi breath, which is breathing through your nose, I want you to remember that you're practicing this like you're in the water. So you want to breathe through your mouth. Funny story, when I swim at the pool with a snorkel, and I'm not turning my head at all, so I've got the snorkel, I'm inhaling and exhaling with my face in the water. One of my biggest fears, true story, one of my biggest fears is that I'm gonna forget to breathe through my mouth, and I'm gonna try to inhale with my face in the water through my nose, because it's so ingrained in me as for my yoga practice. So before I swim with my snorkel, I usually hold on to the wall and just practice a couple of breaths to make sure that I'm teaching the muscles what they're supposed to do correctly. So that idea works in a lot of different situations. So we're going to add the breath this time. So you're going to find your tabletop, and you're going to, I'm going to talk you through, you're going to let me do the other side. Exhale, inhale, exhale, 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 inhale, exhale, exhale. So now we add that breath. And just trying to make it as smooth as possible. Really thinking about reaching each time. And keeping that head turn side to side without making it a big deal. All right, so that's what I want you guys to practice. Remember, think long lines, and don't worry about turning your head so much, because I want you to remember that ideally when you're swimming, your body is rotating as well. So when you turn your head to breathe, since you're rotated, it's not really a big turn. What happens a lot of times is we turn a lot and more than we really need to, and that's why our head comes up so far in the water. So because in the bird dog we are not rotating our body, it just has to be a little bit of a turn. But just practicing that little side to side, and maybe just practicing that. Videotape yourself, watch yourself. You'll see if your leg is dragging, if your arm's not really reaching, if you're lifting your head up with. Take your camera, set it up on something, video yourself doing it, watch it. You're gonna learn a lot. I hope this helps you guys. I hope that your training is off to a great start with the new year. If you are able to get into the pool or not. If you're not, I want you to keep working on the strength stuff. Every time you do any functional mobility, think to yourself, how does this fit in with a swimming pattern? Get on your bike, get your running, get your stretching, get your functional strength, get your nutrition dialed in, and figure out what you're going to do for your races, because they are coming back. They might look a little bit different this year, but I really think a lot of them are going to come back, and I know that you want to be ready for them. If you haven't been in touch with your coach, maybe last year because of everything you took some time off, get back in touch with your coach, get the ball rolling, get on their radar. I've already had people reaching out to me about making sure that they are on my radar for this year, so we can get started. I think I've got a couple people starting in the next few weeks for summer races. And that's it. If you guys have any questions, you can always reach out to me. I would love to talk to you about your training. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.